Or we don't because we're gonna move it here soon. Uh, 1 second. Yeah. So we got to tell Connor because Connor's borrowing my deck that he does have a companion. Jordan not telling him he did.
I'll be real with you. I don't think we want Jordan's camera in focus, but we'll worry about it between rounds.
Yeah.
Wait, Jordan's camera. Jordan's camera's the one.
Yeah.
But you have to. I'll fix it later. Don't worry.
Okay. I was trying to fix it earlier and it looked fine, but then
We need
it
a
must.
light strip or something for the bottom part of the table. Okay, well, Mr. Manager, why don't you come in here and do it? I don't understand. We don't know how to do this stuff. I'm not paid for this. I'm just here out of the goodness of my heart.
Connor looking at a hand that's clearly not like.
I mean, he has no clue what to do.
Well, you can tell that the deck was sorted beforehand.
I mean, that's probably a key. Like, if we're being real.
It's possible, yeah. Because I guess all your top deck cards are probably pretty good. Honestly, you got them good. My thing was, Damien had already said that you wanted to be on stream. I mean, I can do that, but I don't think that's it. I think the front of the camera being turned was it.
I think my favorite part is the other camera in the shot.
Yeah, but I picked them up so they would be higher,
Yeah.
so like people would stop bumping the bottom of it. Because I think that was kind of an issue. Watch us break this, and then I yell at Taryn.
Sounds like not awful. I figure he just bottoms a sprawl.
Oh, yeah.
No, maybe it's not. I thought there was a Ren 6 in that hand. There's not a Ren 6 in that hand. Okay, you keep 2 sprawls and you put the cavern. Okay.
Fair enough.
We know what's wrong with the camera turn. It's okay. We'll fix it between rounds. We did it. It was our fault. Okay. Looks like Jordan's on the play. I don't know if he bobbled him or Connor. I'm gonna assume himself. And he doesn't like the card.
Me and Jordan did the thing earlier where we play off each other's deck. And by our third land drop, we couldn't fetch any lands.
Yeah, it's the best part of the deck.
So Skip Paz. I think I merged your name probably. What's up,
Yeah,
dude?
it looks like Jordan bobbled himself and he fetched the land tap, so he would draw a different card. All right, well, Connor just drew another Utopia Sprawl, I think. So that's pretty unlucky.
Bro, Hardesty, why are you coming at me all twisted, bro?
Yeah, Hardesty, what's your deal today? You've been different lately. What's been going on? Want to talk?
You've been acting different,
Yeah, you've been acting up. It's okay, though. We all go through stuff. We'd like to be your guys, though.
Oh. Hopefully Event Link will leave me signed in this time instead of signing me out every time I try to look at the bracket.
Dude, Blurry Jordan is my favorite version of Jordan. I believe he named White off of the Utopia Sprawl.
I mean, I can't really turn it up there about as.
You want me louder?
Oh, okay. So the problem is, you have to be like talking to where that symbol is, I think.
Right here?
Yeah.
Is this better?
Work. Gonna
I don't know how
finale
this
for
stuff
0
works.
to go get an Asmo, and then he's probably gonna set his deck down and then be like, "Oh, I gotta go get the." Okay, he didn't do it this time.
Jordan, a master of Asmo cookbook strategies.
Yeah,
Been doing it
earlier when
since
we were
birth.
playing, he goes, get an Asmo with this. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then he said Asmo. He started shuffling. I was like, you just going to get the cookbook while you're at it, or are you going to offer me to cut first?
Never know. You might come to a cookbook.
True, true.
I don't actually know how this matchup goes. I feel like it might be a little hard for elementals if like Jordan gets rolling, but like I think you might also just have way too much value like in the deck for like him to keep up with.
Oh, I was messing with some stuff. I was able to get the round timer.
Very dicey. All right, cool.
So we can see roughly where we're at.
All right, ending for 0. Very good against Asmo. And I would assume the green is going to be spent to put another sprawl on that land. And it's kind of free to sprawl this land because, like, Jordan's not going to play any Blood Moons or anything.
Dude, you never know. It's Jordan.
Yeah, actually, I take it back. I take it. I know
You never
nothing.
know.
Yeah. I would assume he named blue so he can cast this Teferi in his hand.
I
would assume it's white and blue on the Utopia Sprawls, but
yeah, it's pretty clearly white because he casts prismatic ending.
did Jordan play? Is he playing Ragavans or is he not playing Ragavans?
He does play
He
Ragnar,
does play Ragavans.
and they're actually in the main this time.
I think
It's not the situation where he has them in the side.
Does he have a saga?
I'm gonna step out real quick, Kyle's calling me.
Oh, okay. Big boss man. Okay, so he cycles the street right there. I would assume he's gonna play. I believe he has an Asmo in hand. He has an Asmo and a Goyf and maybe a Ragavan. It looks like, and I think he's kind of debating on what to play. Wouldn't be surprised if he, just casts this and plays another cookbook, because he's also got the Daredevil in hand, so he can start kind of cooking with that. This is a weird matchup. I don't think I've seen too much of this one. I would have to assume that I think the elemental stand is just kind of like super awkward, but like with all your stuff being on the one land, like you can't even really hold up ephemerate very well because you could just pass the other main phases. I wins the next 1K. You boy, Solus 247 wants to know. Just asked. I looked over.
We do not have it we don't have the sign up ready, but it is on the 12th of September. That's next month, right? Yeah, the 12th of September.
That's cool with me. I don't care.
Yeah, it's on the 12th, which falls on a Sunday.
Oh, this feels so
Yeah.
bad.
We always plan to stream any of the bigger events that we have going on. So, yeah, we'll stream it. Thanks for asking. Oh. we get a side eye
Yeah.
look from Jordan. As
You better hope that Stomping Ground doesn't get ghost quartered.
I puke. That'd be so bad.
Think.
Thank you.
Yeah. So he's gonna have
appreciate hearing that.
he's gonna be able to tap a cavern and then be able to cast the Teferi, I would assume. Or
The first two, I obviously don't know what the third one was on, but the first two are on blue and white.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
That's
kind
what
of
I
figured,
assumed,
but like,
but yeah.
I didn't know if he had figured that out yet or not.
Yeah, I guess if that's true, then I'm not sure what the reasoning is for not playing the Teferi, because I think he had a baby Teferi in hand, like just cycle to try him and passed.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like this might be closer to Jordan's game because I think you left before we got to talk about his hand, but his hand's like a Ragavan, a Daredevil, and then Tarmogoyf. So he's like fairly set up as long as he just like keeps making 2 food tokens every single turn to just like kind of hopefully keep up with the creatures that
I guess
put out. But
I guess the only thing I could see is if you were like you want to say that Teferi to exile a Solitude, exile to a Solitude, and then you would have like the mana up to then ephemerate it. Whereas right now you're
well,
you're
but he
one
can kill it
short, right?
with we can kill it with food.
Yeah,
Like
but
he can kill it
like
in response to the food.
yeah,
But I guess not, because then it kills the Asmo, and then you can do it in response to the Asmo trying to kill it.
yeah.
Yeah,
then
it's
you
like
can-
that's why he needs more food to play. That's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
hard to keep up, like especially with Ephemerate in play. I would say blind if you're gonna pick a deck that is at tempo is probably the better deck, but you're gonna have to be prepared to play probably a lot of mirrors.
yeah. I would say that.
Which if you're comfortable with, that's cool. But
Honestly, I think at our 1K, if this is any reference for you, it was like I want to say about 50% of the meta was some type of blue-red Darcy Murktide pile. Obviously, probably not the same 75, but
don't get me wrong, I'm a big Adnaz believer. The
Yeah.
Adnaz list to play like one Adnaz, I'm a big Adnaz believer. Profane Tutor, very cool. Very cool. I like you. I don't know you. I like you.
I'll say if you want a reason to play Adnaz, you probably have the perfect person in the booth today
Yeah.
that will convince you to play it. I'll say you were pretty close to buying Adnaz, weren't you?
I'm still not sure I won't.
It's between
I'm
Mono
still
Green
not
Tron and Ad Nauseam.
Yeah, dude. I'm not trying to interact, bro. I'm trying to play.
Trying to let my opponents interact with me.
Well, this is kind of the awkward part, right? This is what I was talking about before. Is he's got the Risen Reef, but he really doesn't have the mana to keep up Ephemerate with it. Because of like,
Yeah.
how his mana's worked out, but like it would be pretty good here. Obviously. But like it would still die because you can make 2 more foods in response to him trying to kill it. But
Yeah,
I mean like
the main thing we want to see is getting rid of the Asmo.
well, I guess he's got a Windswept Tooth in hand if he wants. Keeping in mind though, this is also Connor's first time with the deck.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure he's like looking at all the lines like that.
Yeah, because the other thing was that he was going to be in the booth with us. But he played so that there wouldn't be a bye. Because we could sometimes have people travel far away, so we try to prefer not to have a bye. But Gago says I'm there in spirit. Because he said the other day that he would be here today.
I'm aware of what he said.
But
I'm
he's
also
not.
aware where he's not. And that's here.
So it sounds like to me that you just wanted us to tell you to play Atnos. So
Yeah, it definitely sounds like you're leaning that way. You just want a confirmation that that's what it is. And I appreciate that as well. I like that.
hey, you gotta find out if it's good.
Yeah. So basically what we thought was gonna happen happened. Like he went to go ephemerate it and Jordan made 2 tokens in response and bolted it again, or what do you want to call that?
Asmo,
What deals
Asmo
6
was
what
something-
deals 6 damage to something at random?
Well, not only that,
Oh.
it makes the creature do it to itself.
He fire blasted and gut shot it in response.
Unholy heated it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah, he unholy heated that one. I can't.
My brain's there today.
I'm
For,
washed, I think. I'm definitely washed. I can't tell. It's real weird because like I see the board, but like I feel that it only takes like a solitude, like a hard cast solitude to just kind of be back.
yeah,
Like killing just the Asmo.
because the other thing is like that card having flash. If he draws it here, or well, I guess Ephemerate would have it first, right?
What is it?
The rebound off Ephemerate happens before you draw, right?
Yeah, it's on your upkeep.
Yeah. There's so many effects that happen before or after you draw. I can't.
Oh yeah.
I always forget. Like,
Yeah, it's too hard. But this looks like a dash monkey. And they're just making sure that Tarmogoyf is actually what it says it is. Flooded Strand, not castable, nor playable.
so I had to teach Hank the difference between play and cast earlier.
Yeah, some of that stuff's not intuitive.
Yeah.
When you introduce new players, like I've told everybody that Magic is super, super fun at a kitchen top level. and then the further you progress into it, somebody looks at you and they say layers, and then you cry. It's crazy.
Layers, timestamps, and replacement
Yeah,
effects.
they're like layers, and you're like,
Not the layers, bro.
layers will get
Never.
you. I would say that we're not too far away from having Connor scoop this one up and go to the next one. But who knows?
Gago says layers of dependency.
Dude, layers, man. Ugh. Shudder at the thought. How do 24 people on a Friday night find their way into a Magic the Gathering stream?
That's a good question.
I like that.
I just looked over and it was 15. Looked at you and looked back and now
Yeah, it
it's
says
24.
24. Yeah, but you
Very
guys are cooking.
cool. We assumed that these Utopia Sprawls are just named on Wooburg now. So
Yeah, pretty sure we're at the point on Wooburg on all of Utopia Sprawls. So
I was like, 'cause the deck doesn't play any black, so it's probably
Yeah.
just one of each color at this point.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure we're not too far away from Connor just picking these ones up, but probably wants to see a draw step because he doesn't know what the deck can do.
True.
So
He's done quite the lower end.
you forgot your Supreme Verdicts. That's what he's looking for.
I don't play that card.
He's got the mana for it. He's got the mana for it.
I was like, that's not a card registered in my 75, so unless he gave me the juke out there, I don't know.
Connor's taking
I'm gonna
a
move this
triple one.
chair. I want that so. Might require you to do that too.
I can't. Sorry.
No.
Players are looking in, super confused what's going on.
I took that chair. I feel so crowded.
I'll when they're sideboarding, I'll go out there and tune the camera so we can get Jordan's dimples.
Very cool. We're here now.
He just goes, you can just do, he went to like do the thing and he's like, no, you can just, don't worry about it, just kill it, it's dead.
It's dead, dude. I promise. It's fine.
That's really funny. I was trying to figure out if he has a way out. Pretty sure the answer is no. Okay. I'm going to go twiddle with this camera. Okay. You give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the window.
All right, boys.
Just for your viewing pleasure.
So I'm gonna just run it over to intermission and mute the mics just so we can talk here, and then we'll get it back as soon as they are ready. Okay, we are back.
Yeah, you did miss
fine.
the first match. You missed game one. Game one went to the John Asmo, but we were just fixing the camera and seeing if we can make it. I can't tell if that's still that looks still blurry.
Yeah, it looks blurry now that we have it like up there. It's the problem is it's really hard to see it from like our operating PCs, so we'll try to fix it in between rounds a little bit if we can, when we can kind of talk a little bit easier.
I think the list that he's playing is fairly close to the John Dasmo list from the 1K. If not, it's a couple cards off.
Bro, I don't think Mill is jank. Cause that's what you played to 1K. I mean, it's probably jank.
Click on
I would call it jank.
the bar off.
Oh, my bad.
It's gonna tell me.
Bro, I looked up for 2 seconds and it told me I'll just stay in pain.
Ugh. We'll work on the camera between rounds, but
The elemental list in the side is pretty stock. It's like 4 forces, 3 vigors,
yeah,
and just
you
some
know
other
that
stuff.
list, but
Just like some other one of sex 2 of. It's like the 4th copy of Baby's Fairy. Jordan's sideboard, no clue.
yeah, I would say that Jordan's is pretty close to the one that played.
He almost submitted a banned card today. Or not banned, not a non-legal card in Modern.
Yeah, of course.
He goes, it was like a 3-mana just destroy all artifacts and enchantments or something like that. And he looked it up. He's like, "Oh, this card's not legal."
Yeah.
Like,
Did you see
what?
him? Did you see him all laughing when I went out there to go change the camera?
No.
They were laughing because I was sitting there. I was like turning the camera. I was like, "How does it look?" And then you like got real close to the thing, and I was like, "I can't believe I let the blind guy in the booth tell me if the camera was good."
Bro, but you could see what I was saying. It's like, bro, it's like
Just
2
out of the-
inches.
out of
And
the
I'm trying to
both
see if it's fuzzy
but
or
it's more
not.
like out of the both of us. Like,
Yeah, I probably should have
should've
went out
been
there,
one.
but for this FNM specifically, we have 12, I believe. Wednesday we had modern and we had 15. Yeah, we have 12 today.
That means 4 rounds of Modern the Gathering.
4 rounds of modern the gathering. Very nice. Start off the Misty.
Strong play.
Jordan looked in here for some reason.
Jordan looks everywhere.
I'm still waiting for him to slap a card against the glass. Generally, that means it's a sideboard card that's really good for the matchup.
Jordan's tilted because Connor's fetching in response to his fetch. Just now making him wait to do it properly.
Bro, that's the arena strat.
Jordan's
When you
looking
play a
here.
Fable Passage, you just crack it to response to anything.
Yeah, to
You
any-
cast an opt. Oh, can I crack my Fable
Yeah,
Passage?
even when you just have the one favorite passage in play, so they're like, "Come on, bro, what are you getting?"
Bro, my thing in Historic, you almost have to. They have Stifle. Like, if you forget to crack it for some reason, you're just gonna get stifled, brother.
Yeah, that's pretty unlucky.
Oh, Hank.
Like,
What?
messed up.
Don't ask me busting here.
He said a
I told you
bad
something. Didn't ask a question.
All right, here we go again. Rick abandoning me, but that's fine. Rick's too important to commentate, I'll tell you. It looks like this is just gonna be a Ragavan, which is a pretty good start for Jordan. But maybe Connor will have the answer with the Ren and 6. Does not look like it. Looks like a tap land and a pass. Oh, but he does have 2 Risen Reefs, an Ephemerate, and a Mold Drifter. This game still could be pretty good for Connor. He's just got a couple of turns of setup before he can really get anything going. Oh, what is it? Oh, that's a hit. Oh, bet you Connor would have liked that one, huh? Bet you Connor would have liked that one. He's even giving a thumbs up. Jordan's one of my favorites because he's very good about, well, he's very bad about, I guess, using treasure tokens when he could just tap the land for it instead and save the treasure for later. They're letting Brick know.
I need to run back because they're losing their shit.
I guess it doesn't matter because he used all his mana this turn, but in general, Jordan's a goofy one.
All I heard was Connor said, "Rick, you're gonna need to run back to that play." And I
Oh,
hear
Connor was on the
Jordan
play.
wheezing.
Connor was on the play and started with a tap land and like messed with him, and then Jordan untapped and played a monkey and then passed, and then Connor didn't draw the Ren and 6, and then played his land and passed, and then Jordan hit him with the monkey and flipped a Ren and 6 and cast it.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and that's what I said. Jordan, he said he would have loved that one. But Connor's hand's looking pretty fine actually. He's got another copy of Risen Reef in hand, then Ephemerate and a Mold Drifter. So like he's got a little bit of setup to do, but like that Ren and 6 is also awful for him. It's not good for all these 1/1 elementals.
Well, I do know a little bit of the weird thing though that this Ren and 6, other than Ping and Risen Reefs, is actually not that great for Jordan because he only has 3 fetchable targets, being like a mountain and I think like the 2 shock lands in play, or he has like 4. He only has like 3 or 4, is what he was telling me
okay.
earlier.
Yeah, that would make sense. A lot of them
Because-
are super light on it.
Because I know it's labeled as Jund, but realistically the only black cards are like Street Race
And the
and
Daredevils.
Daredevil.
And I think he only has enough lands in his, like I think his only black source is the Overgrown Tomb to sometimes cast the
Mhm.
the The Daredevils.
just like if it ever matters. And then obviously the monkey.
Yeah. Finale for Zero is pretty good.
Yeah.
So that is an above average play.
Seems pretty good.
If he has a Daredevil here, we're kind of on the. If he has a Daredevil here, I'm curious to see how Connor gets out of this. Because this doesn't, I mean, I wouldn't call it a lock, but it does not look favorable.
No.
The amount of
I
removal that
agree
he's
with
going to have.
A realistically thing we could see is like Force of Vigor. Can kind of help.
I think I just saw a Void Mirror in Jordan's hand. So, while it looks bad, well, it looks weird. It makes
Why
sense
is
for.
George just stared at me.
It makes sense for all of the. It makes sense for like all the evoke creatures because he has to hard cast them now. But also rebound and ephemerate doesn't work anymore. Like you can get the first ephemerate, but the rebound won't work because you didn't spend mana to cast it.
Right.
So Connor's also perplexed, but that's okay.
There's almost a situation where I mute the mic and yell. We're also equally as confused. He just knew his buddy Thomas was coming today and needed those void mirrors for the Eldrazi Tron.
Yeah, and then he's not playing it at all.
No, he's not. He's
Okay.
playing 4-color control.
Yeah, 4-color Omnath, baby, papa.
But Mayor's out there. He's playing Eldrazi Tron. Just in terms of the tournament, we actually have 2 matches that have been reported. Bryce beats Alex 2-0, and then Chris Mayer beats Brad 2-0. So, those are the only ones.
Sometimes. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. All right, this is a run in 6. I'm assuming just going to take out the monkey.
Which one makes sense to me?
Seems better than bad.
Seems a lot better than
Gonna
bad.
die to an Asmo, but what can you do? I don't think Void Mirror affects Jordan at all. I don't think there's anything in Jordan's deck where the Void Mirror will come up.
I say because Finale just puts the cards in play. You don't actually cast the card.
Yeah, you just put them straight into play. Yep.
For whatever reason. I do think if Connor can kind of get over this and get to the point where he can cast a force, I think we're sitting pretty good.
Yeah, I would assume that Jordan does not have a Daredevil because he just pitched a Pyrite Spellbomb.
No. Connor talking shit. I see it.
Yeah, as per usual. As per usual. You know how on Facebook, like when you read somebody's name, it gives you like the little pronunciation.
Yeah.
Can you type one of those in chat, please? Thank you
Can
for
you
the
give me the
follow.
abbreviation for that?
But to properly thank you, I would like your your name enunciated in the chat.
I'm gonna read it.
I'm too
Y'all
bad
ball
for-
ski, bro. That's how I'm reading that one.
What'd you say it was?
Y'all ball ski.
Y'all Balski.
Because I think that, yeah. Okay, that
Y'all Bosky.
y'all bosky.
Y'all Bosky. All right. Thank you,
Thanks for the follow.
Y'all Bosky, for the follow.
Connor looking as perplexed as ever.
What do you mean huge? What does that mean?
He evoked it for 2. I don't
Yeah.
know what happened.
So here's the thing is I don't know. I don't think he's been keeping bad hands. I think he's really just been getting rolled. You know what I mean? I don't think any of the hands have been awful. He's just kind of like George just kind of had the cards.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes way more sense. I just saw the 2 mana tapped, and I was trying to figure out that name, and so I assumed he evoked it.
It looks like he cast in. He
No, it got hit off Ragavan.
Yeah, he
Oh.
got hit out of Fragment, but he ephemerated it to put it on his side.
Oh,
So then he got control of it.
yeah. Indeed. I mean, the good news is just he doesn't have a Daredevil, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing that's keeping Connor in this is the fact that like there's no Daredevil.
Yeah.
Ephemeral hits your side of the board.
Yeah,
so,
he just didn't cast it, I don't think. I think he
Okay.
just let it get the exile.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, ephemerate.
either way, play's
Yeah.
gone now, so
So
is there? I hope there is, because that means this game's probably just over.
well, I didn't believe there was a Daredevil because he discarded a Pyrite spell bomb over the past couple of turns. He might have just I think he just grabbed one off of the traverse. But before that, I don't think there was one.
There's the Solitude on the bottom that Connor needs.
Connor's just been struggling for cards, like cards that are relevant, or like cards that stay alive for more than a turn cycle.
He does have a Risen Reef and Ephemerate, and
Yeah, that's the thing. He's got so much value in his hand, and
Yeah.
just it's not going anywhere.
but at least I think with this one, you do have some play to save it. Whereas like before,
Yeah.
you kind of had to like do it on your evoke creature,
Yeah,
and then it just didn't work. But the other thing that he can do, and whether he sees the line whenever this Daredevil gets discarded and the trigger goes on the stack, he can, well, he just played it anyway, but tuck his library with the Daredevil in the graveyard. So the gen player loses it.
which he, yeah,
Which I don't see an activation on the cookbooks. I don't think it was discarded at any point.
yeah. It looks like he's still got the Daredevil. He's gonna do it now.
But he does have another one. So he has an Endurance and a Risen Reef. So I would assume the play here is to let this Endurance get hit or ephemerate it, which he should have done in response to the trigger of the Daredevil in the graveyard.
Touchy things I don't know exactly how they work. Like if you were to ephemerate something, like does Jordan have to remember? Does Jordan have to remember the Void Mirror trigger, or do they both have to? I'm not 100% sure on how that works. What the table is your camera set to? I'm not 100% sure on that.
I personally don't know either. It was more or less
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Yeah, I thought it was like a Chalice of the Void trigger where the player who has it has to kind of remember it, keep it going, but I wasn't 100% sure on that.
the camera question. It's a little bit weird because we kind of just set it above like a glass window that we have from inside the stream room to see out of the room. But we didn't set it to like a very specific height. We just kind of jammed it on top of the or above the table. Yo, can you read that one?
Yo, Mama JF, thanks for the follow.
You didn't even
I
say
like
the
that one.
underscore. Either way, thanks for the follow.
This just feels so awkward. I would assume he needs to draw a copy of.
I think you're pretty close, Taryn. That's probably about right. Like 6 might be like an absurd number, but like it's probably yeah, 4 or 5.
Yeah, I mean from the ground. We're talking about from the ground, yeah.
Yeah, if you're talking from the ground, yeah.
Looks like he just drew a whole bunch. I think he's still dead here, regardless of what he has, because this is just even if it, yeah, because it was evoked as well. It looks like.
We do have a solitude, but it can't be cheated in.
Yeah, and I also don't think he has a white card to do it. Your turn. I'm not getting baited.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I know what's going on.
Thanks for the follow. I don't care about your name. I'll read it.
Oh.
But so we see John take it 2-0.
Yeah, it looked like a really just a bunch of like Connor just never caught back up. Just
Yeah.
took a little too long to get set up and then just never really got to keep things on the table.